Chapter 873, Return of Revolta. In the simulator training room at the Jedi Temple, everyone was watching me, Nico, Orion and Lincoln ready to face foes that the Jedi know. Jaden Sheba, good luck in there, Orion. Orion, thank you Jaden. Me, may the Force be with us. Lincoln, it always is with us. Mace Windu, are we ready? Me, we are Master Windu. The training room activated and out came Count Dooku aka Darth Tyrannus. Dooku was born on the planet Sereno to the planet's ruler, Count Gora, and his wife, Countess Anya. Rapidly, the child's force sensitivity manifested, scaring his father who hated and feared those he dismissed as freaks. Gora contacted the Jedi Order on Coruscant and told them to come and claim his son. However, instead of waiting for the Seekers to arrive, Gora abandoned the infant outside his palace on the edges of the forest without clothes or any form of identification. Before spine wolves could eat him or he could freeze to death because of his lack of clothes, a Seeker found Dooku and brought him to the Jedi Temple on Coruscant. Dooku was integrated into Hawkback clan alongside fellow younglings Zang Arrera, Arath Turex and Sifo Dyas, under the direction of the Jedi Master Tara Sinib. During his time as a youngling, he continuously strove to excel, working himself hard to achieve better results than his peers and always striving to remain within the boundaries of the rules set by his teachers. Dooku therefore distanced himself from the other younglings rather than try to befriend them. His talents made him clash with fellow youngling Arath, largely due to the latter's jealousy over Dooku's superior abilities. Arath frequently insulted Dooku, calling his excellency due to his imperious and somewhat aristocratic manner. Dooku and Sifo Dyas were close friends during their time as younglings, and on one occasion accompanied Grand Master Yoda and Masters Sinib and Eula Braylon to Sereno for the Galactic Festival being held there with other Jedi in tow. During the course of the event, Dooku ran off from the group after he saw a girl that he believed he recognized, who turned out to be his sister Jenza, with Sifo Dyas finding the pair later and finding the pair buried under the rubble of the Great Assembly after a ground quake caused it to collapse. The Jedi Masters helped in lifting the debris off them, freeing the two. Dooku's father, Gora, furiously confronted Yoda when he heard his son's name being voiced, yelling at the Jedi that he never wished to see his son again. Shocked and confused by his father's behavior, Dooku later questioned Yoda about how he was brought into the Jedi Order. Yoda revealed that Gora had contacted the Jedi upon discovering his son's force sensitivity, and that he had left Dooku outside his castle walls without clothes or identification. Dooku would learn shortly after that being left on the edge of the forest put him at risk of being eaten alive by spine wolves had he not been found. Both Dooku and Jenza would secretly communicate with each other following this encounter, after she sent him a communicator. Both Dooku and Sifo Dyas also secretly visited the Jedi archives to look at the dark side artifacts that formed part of the Bogan collection after the latter discovered the journal of the expelled Jedi Cleus Pterodine. Dooku helped Sifo Dyas break into the vault and used sand levitation to get past the magnetic lock so as to view the artifacts contained within it. The Grand Master's apprentice. Dooku later completed his initiate trials and hoped to be selected as the Padawan apprentice to Lene Costana due to her mission in hunting down relics associated with the dark side. During the Padawan tournament, Dooku fought and defeated Sifo Dyas in a duel with one hand behind his back and blindfolded. However, Costana selected Sifo Dyas as her apprentice, which upset Dooku, though this upset subsided when he learned that Yoda had decided to take him as his apprentice. On one occasion, Yoda took Dooku on a voyage to Las Bane in the Mid-Rim as part of his training. Sometime during 85 BBY, Dooku's friend Sifo Dyas received a force vision of a deadly solar storm hitting the planet Proto Branch. After informing the Jedi Council, Dooku supported Sifo Dyas and Costana's suggestion that they warn the planet, but was forbidden to by Yoda and the Council, who pointed out that force visions were not absolute and the future was always in motion. Frustrated with the Council, Dooku, Costana and Sifo Dyas went behind the Council's back to inform Tavati, the senator who represented Proto Branch, of the vision. During the conversation, Dooku was slightly unnerved by Teva only expressing concern for Protobrancha's resources rather than its people. Afterwards, Dooku, Kostana, Sifo-Dyas and a reluctant Yoda went to the planet itself. Ultimately, Sifo-Dyas's vision came to pass. A powerful solar storm hit Protobranch, killing much of the population, with the Jedi themselves barely surviving. The events with Protobranch shook Dooku's respect for the Republic and the Jedi Council, feeling the latter was somewhat responsible for the deaths that occurred by not taking Sifo-Dyas's vision seriously and refusing to act quicker. He was also disgusted by the fact that the Republic's primary concern was the loss of Protobrancha's resources and not its inhabitants. Around 84 BBY, Dooku attended the funeral of his mother, Anya, on Sereno. It was here that his father Gora physically and verbally assaulted him, referring to his son as a freak. Shortly afterwards, Dooku joined Sifo-Dyas and his master Kostana on a mission to track down a relic on Hellcat. However, the pair were ambushed by a dark side sect and Dooku was briefly captured to be used as part of a dark side ritual. It was during his brief captivity that he experienced a series of visions of his future, and he used Force Lightning for the first time in order to kill his captors. At some stage during his training, Master Kostana, who Dooku saw as a mentor, used the fictional Darth Sakya as a lesson in order to test the Padawan and informed Dooku that the fictional Sith used a curved hilt lightsaber, prompting Dooku's interest in it. During a mission to Kashyyyk, Dooku watched as his master faced a giant Tarantatak. He eventually attained the rank of Jedi Knight and later Master, and would take Rael Averross and Qui-Gon Jinn as his apprentices. He also rendered help to Mother Talzin of the Night Sisters, giving her a lock of his hair. Qui-Gon Jinn became a Jedi Knight and later became a Jedi Master himself. Jinn had at least some contact with his old master and after taking Obi-Wan Kenobi as his apprentice, spoke highly of his Padawan to Dooku, although Dooku never met the young Kenobi as a Jedi. Dooku had also set aside his first blade and created his own curved hilt lightsaber, which produced a blue blade. Dooku used his lightsaber when he Yoda demonstrated their lightsaber skills to a group of younglings, among them Jack-Zin. Averross also introduced Dooku to the Naboo Senator Sheev Palpatine on Coruscant after Dooku delivered an address to the Galactic Senate, leaving the Jedi to the Separatist crisis. Even before the death of his former apprentice on Naboo, Dooku had become disillusioned with the Jedi Order, the Republic, and the Galactic Senate's corruption. At some point before the death of Qui-Gon, Dooku resigned his commission as a Jedi Master, becoming one of the Lost 20. He returned to his ancestral home and reclaimed his family title of Count of Sereno by overthrowing his brother who was the current Count at the time. With his reclaimed title, he also took possession of his family fortune, one of the largest in the galaxy. Despite his newfound wealth and power, however, Dooku all but disappeared from public life after his resignation. Most believed that he had gone into a sort of self-imposed exile with the intention of founding an offshoot of the Jedi Order. However, at some point during this period Dooku was approached by Darth Sidious. The Dark Lord offered Dooku the opportunity to become his apprentice and with that offer, the chance to destroy the Jedi Order and reshape the Republic. Desiring both power and the elimination of the corruption that plagued the Republic, Dooku agreed and was given the name Darth Tyrannus. For nearly a decade after accepting Sidious's offer, Dooku helped his new master to implement much of the groundwork necessary to begin the Clone Wars. The most important project that he oversaw during that time was the creation of a clone army intended for use by the Republic during the planned war. Hoping to give the project a strong layer of legitimacy and to hide his own involvement, he suggested to Jedi Master Sifo-Dyas the idea of creating the army for the Republic, which could be held in reserve in case of civil war. Sifo-Dyas, who was greatly troubled by the Republic's tumultuous political situation and the Jedi Council's apparent complacency, agreed to order the army from the Kaminoans. After this was done, Dooku needed to make certain that Sifo-Dyas would remain silent about the army so as not to alert the Jedi Council. As such, he contacted Lom Pike of the Pike Syndicate and instructed him to murder Sifo-Dyas by way of shooting down his shuttle during a mission, after which Dooku was given Sifo-Dyas's body. However, unbeknownst to Dooku, The Pikes captured Valorum's aide, Silman, and imprisoned him as insurance against possible betrayal by Dooku. Dooku, at the behest of Sidious, went to Solus to discuss an alliance between the Sorosohub Corporation and himself. In truth, Dooku was to seek out the Caldana Syndicate. After a tour of one of Solust's cities, Dooku met newly knighted Jedi Jackson and invited to dinner with him and representative Cap KLYP. Dooku informed Sidious of this complication and told him find out why Jackson was there. At dinner, Dooku denied rumors that he creating another order of Force users and assured Jackson that he was looking after his family's business interest on Sereno. Following dinner, Dooku followed Jackson and learned about mission into learning about the Caldana Syndicate. Dooku agreed to help Jackson on his mission. The two made their way into the Syndicate's base. There, Dooku and Jackson discovered that the Syndicate was smuggling weapons and were surrounded by the Syndicate's gang. Dooku and Jackson fought the gangsters. After defeating the gangsters, Dooku killed Jackson and then spoke with the surviving gangsters. After making a deal with the Syndicate, Dooku left Solust. Darth Tyrannus meets with Jango Fett. On one of the moons of Bogdan, Dooku recruited the bounty hunter Jango Fett as the template for the clone army. Along with a considerable salary, Dooku agreed to pay Fett with an unaltered clone for himself. In order to ensure the elimination of the Jedi when the time was right, Dooku and Sidious had the clones outfitted with biochips in their brains which could be used to trigger a protocol that would cause the clones to murder their Jedi superiors. During this time, Count Dooku recruited fallen Dathomirian Jedi Asajj Ventress to act as his assassin and his Sith apprentice. Dooku with the Separatist leaders. Several years after his resignation from the Jedi Order and the death of his former apprentice, Qui-Gon Jinn, Dooku re-entered the public eye in a spectacular fashion, commandeering a Republic Holonet station in the Raxus system and delivering a rousing speech in which he thoroughly lambasted the corruption and shortcomings of the Republic. In a galaxy in which many outer and mid-rim systems were chafing under the ineffectual and corrupt bureaucracy of the Republic, Dooku's speech set the stage for the separatist movement. He began meddling in the affairs of many planets, supporting anti-Republic coups on worlds such as Relith and interfering in the political processes of Kashyyyk and Onderon, among others. He also began to publicly rally systems and corporations to his cause to become the Confederacy of Independent Systems, and publicly spurned every opportunity to negotiate with Palpatine. During the time leading up to the Clone Wars, Dooku also met several times the governor of Ariatu, Wiluf Tarkin, in an attempt to convince him to join the separatist movement. He alluded to the governor that war was inevitable, and that he desired the support of the powerful Outer Rim world for his cause. In truth, however, these meetings had been orchestrated by Palpatine to test Tarkin's loyalties, and Tarkin remained firm in this commitment to the Republic. Dooku also promised Trade Federation Viceroy Gunray that he would assassinate Senator Amidala, whom Gunray despised, if he signed Dooku's treaty. Gunray accepted the offer. Dooku thus dispatched Jango Fett to carry out Amidala's assassination. Despite the failure of Fett's mission, Dooku was able to have the Trade Federation, the Banking Clan, the Techno Union, the Commerce Guild and the Corporate Alliance all sign his treaty on Geonosis, formalizing the Confederacy of Independent Systems. Dooku assured them that the Jedi and the Republic would be overwhelmed by their combined forces. Battle of Geonosis. The Separatists' assassination attempts on Amidala prompted an investigation by Jedi Knight Obi-Wan Kenobi, who tracked Fett to Geonosis. There, Dooku was meeting with leaders of the commerce guilds, and listened as they pledged their assets to his confederacy. Kenobi overheard their discussions, but was captured by Droid Ekis while transmitting his findings back to the Republic. Dooku visited Kenobi in his prison cell, feigning shock at the Jedi's capture and inquiring as to his presence on Geonosis. Denying involvement with the bounty hunters, Dooku instead spoke of his former apprentice, Qui-Gon, suggesting that Jin would have joined Dooku's movement had he learned the truth that the Sith were in control of the Senate. Though Obi-Wan refused to believe Dooku's words, the Count attempted to recruit him in apparent opposition to Darth Sidious, and left Kenobi to his fate when he rejected the offer. Dooku oversaw the attempted execution of Amidala, Kenobi, and Skywalker in the Petranaki Arena, but proceedings were forestalled when Master Windu and his Jedi assault team arrived to rescue the condemned trio. Windu was soon outnumbered by battle droids, and Dooku watched as the Jedi were surrounded on the arena floor. He offered to spare their lives if they surrendered, but Windu refused. In a regretful tone, Dooku gave the order to terminate them, but the survivors were spared by Yoda's arrival with the clone army from Kamino. War broke out across Geonosis. Dooku oversaw the battle, assuring his allies that his master would not let the Republic get away with the invasion, but eventually chose to retreat. Before leaving, Dooku was given the designs to the ultimate weapon by Archduke Poggle the Lesser, assuring him that the designs would be safe with his master. Escaping on his speeder with an escort of 2 Geonosian fighters, Dooku made for his secret hangar but was pursued by Kenobi and Skywalker's gunship. Dooku vs Yoda. After defeating Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker, Dooku duels his former master, Yoda. As Dooku prepared to leave, he was confronted by Kenobi and Skywalker. He subdued Skywalker with Force lightning and fought Kenobi, eventually overpowering and wounding him in the shoulder and leg. As Dooku prepared to make his killing move, Skywalker leapt into the battle. The two fought until Dooku cut off Skywalker's right arm, but Yoda again arrived to save his allies. Dooku engaged in a Force duel with his old master and, unable to best him, challenged Yoda to a lightsaber battle. The fighting was fierce but brief, and cut short when Dooku brought down a pillar over Kenobi and Skywalker, forcing Yoda to break off to save them. Dooku fled in his solar sailor as his forces retreated into space. Dooku rendezvoused with Sidious, who was very impressed, in the works on Coruscant, informing him that the war had begun as planned. Dooku and his master recruited the cyborg General Grievous to lead the droid army. Grievous was trained by Dooku in the Jedi arts, using lightsabers taken from his Jedi kills. Later, Dooku commanded his droid army to seize control of the major hyperspace lanes following Geonosis, separating the Republic from the majority of its army. Dealings with the Hutts. Dooku made a deal with Zyro, uncle of Jabba the Hutt, to have Jabba's son, Rada, kidnapped and the act blamed on the Jedi. Dooku sent Ventress in her Trident-class assault ship, the Trident, to Tatooine to carry out the kidnapping. She took Rada to the abandoned monastery on Taith with 2 battalions of battle droids, where she was contacted by Dooku and then by Lord Sidious, who assured them that the Jedi would be provoked into war with Hutts as well as the Separatists. Dooku ventured to Tatooine and spoke with Jabba, claiming that the Jedi were behind his son's kidnapping, and had Ventress in her spy droid, 4A7, provide evidence that Skywalker and his apprentice were responsible. Though he assured the Hutt his droid army was mounting a rescue, Dooku was informed by Ventress that Skywalker had eluded her and was escaping with Rada. After her defeat, Dooku had Ventress lie that Skywalker had killed the Huttlet. Jabba, believing Dooku, allowed him to send battle droids to deal with Skywalker personally. After his Magna Guards shot Skywalker down, Dooku went into the Dune Sea. He contacted Zyro, informing him that Jabba believed his story, and assured him that he would be master of the Hutt clans. Dooku also had Zyro take Senator Amidala prisoner when she learned of Zyro's deal. Dooku confronted Skywalker, dueling across the dunes, until Dooku realized the Huttlet was with Skywalker's apprentice, Ahsoka Tano. However, he anticipated this and had Magna Guards wait for her, taunting Skywalker with a hologram of Tano's desperate fight. Skywalker fled in pursuit, taking Dooku's speeder, but the Dark Lord simply laughed. However, after Jabba learned the truth of his uncle's deal, Dooku left Tatooine and informed Lord Sidious of his failure. Sidious told him to allow the Jedi their victory, knowing that the engines had turned in their favor. Negotiations with the Toydarians. At the start of the separatist occupation of Relith, Dooku was informed by TX-20 that the Jedi were sending Senator Bail Organa of Alderaan to Toydaria to establish supply lines to the Republic garrison and the Twi'lek people. Dooku contacted Senator Lot Dot of the Trade Federation to prevent the Republic from doing so. Dooku learned that King K2 was considering joining the Republic and was going to speak with his former master Yoda on the neutral moon, Rugosa. He sent his apprentice, Ventress, to convince him to join the Separatists. Ventress was able to make a deal with K2 and Yoda. If Yoda and his 3 troopers defeated her droid battalion, the Toydarians would be allowed to join the Republic, but if her droids captured Yoda, K2 would join the Separatists. Dooku approved of her deal, believing that Yoda made a mistake in venturing far from Coruscant. However, Yoda was able to defeat her droids, and K2 told Dooku that he would be joining the Republic upon seeing Ventress's treachery. Dooku urged him to reconsider, but to no avail, and ordered Ventress to kill the king. However, Yoda prevented the murder, and Dooku watched as Ventress made her escape, telling Yoda that his old master was fortunate he was not there in person. The Malevolence. Dooku joined General Grievous aboard the heavy cruiser Malevolence in the A Brigado system. When a fleet of Republic cruisers entered the system, Dooku ordered Grievous to jam their communications and to use the cruiser's secret weapon, the ion cannon, to disable and destroy the fleet. Dooku sent out hunters to make sure there were no survivors, though he later learned that a group of survivors had destroyed the pod hunters. As Dooku, Grievous, and the Malevolence searched for the survivors, Skywalker arrived and found them first. Dooku ordered Grievous to destroy the rescue ship, but the effort failed. After Grievous attacked a medical convoy near the Rindelia system, Dooku gave the droid general his next target, the Republic's Outer Rim Medical Center. En route to the target, Dooku informed Grievous that the Republic had launched a strike team under Skywalker to attack the Malevolence, and warned him not to underestimate Skywalker. After the Malevolence's hyperdrive was disabled, Dooku arranged for Senator Amidala to be captured while en route to negotiations with the banking clan, but the ploy failed and the Malevolence was destroyed. Dooku attempted to contact Grievous for an update, but the general angrily cut communications while fleeing the scene of destruction. Gunray's rescue. With Viceroy Gunray captured by the Republic, Sidious informed his apprentice of the dangers of allowing him to be interrogated by the Jedi. Though Dooku planned to send Ventress to either free or silence Gunray, Sidious questioned the Darksider's competence after previous failures. Dooku gave Ventress her mission, but warned her that she would have to prove herself worthy of being his apprentice. He bribed Senate Commando Archias into helping Ventress free Gunray, and the mission was ultimately a success. Testing Grievous. After Gunray's escape, Dooku, frustrated with the ongoing stalemate, arranged a test for General Grievous. He laid a trap for Jedi Master Kit Fisto, his former apprentice Nadar Veb, and their clone troopers at Grievous' fortress in the Vasek system. He deactivated Grievous' Magna Guards and offered an alternative prize to Fisto during his pursuit of Gunray. After Grievous' first confrontation with the Jedi and the death of his pet Rog Wart, Gore, Dooku contacted him telling him that he arranged for this test. Grievous then cut communications with Dooku to finish off the Jedi. Grievous later informed him of Fisto's escape, and the Count suggested there was room for improvement. Dooku's capture. Dooku captured Skywalker and took him aboard his command ship. Skywalker was rescued by Kenobi and the two of them confronted Dooku. Dooku made his escape to his solar sailor as the Republic forces arrived. Dooku was soon thereafter shot down by Skywalker and Kenobi, and crash-landed on Vancouver where he hid in a cave. He next caused a cave-in, forcing Skywalker to lose his lightsaber which Dooku took, and then sealed the cave off. Dooku found Wiki pirates at his solar sailor. Thereafter, Dooku approached the pirates' captain, Hondo Onika, who offered him passage to Florham for a price. Dooku agreed to pay him while secretly planning to kill all the pirates upon their arrival on Florham. However, before he could, Dooku's lightsabers were stolen from him by Hondo's monkey lizard Pilf Mook Muk. Dooku warned them that they were not dealing with a Jedi, but a Sith Lord. However, he was outnumbered and ransomed off to the Republic by the pirates. Kenobi and Skywalker checked to ensure the pirates had actually captured him. Dooku warned the Jedi that the pirates were devious and that they would not allow them leave. Dooku was proven correct when he, Kenobi, and Skywalker were tied together. Thus, Dooku was forced to work with the Jedi to escape before the Republic arrived. During their second escape attempt, Dooku was saved by Kenobi before they were captured by Hondo and his men. However, after Republic Representative Binks and his escort disabled the power, Dooku made his escape by choking a guard. He then killed Turk Falso and forced him to kill another Wookiee with his own gun. At that point, he stole their shuttle and made his escape. The Defoliator Test. Dooku observed General Lockdur's test of their new weapon, the Defoliator deployment tank on Maridun. After the initial success of the weapon's effects on the battle droids, Dooku asked him to test the weapon on living targets. Durt assured him that he would test it on the Lurman colonists. Occupation of Relith. During the initial start of the Republic's return to Relith, Dooku assured Timbo that the Republic forces were spread thin in its sector and that it would be suicide for the Republic. After the Republic landed and were moving on the capital of Lesu, Dooku was informed by Ta-175 of Timbo's pitiful job in protecting the Separatists' investment on Relith. Though Timbo claimed that the tactical droid was exaggerating, Dooku warned him that he was no match for Windu. Dooku then ordered Timbo to evacuate with what valuables he had and to destroy what was left. Dooku told Timbo that the charred ruins of Relith would demonstrate to the galaxy the cost of a Republic victory. Dooku then contacted Timbo again, shocked that he had not left yet. Dooku then ordered him out before Windu and the Republic arrive. He then gave Ta-175 orders to bomb the capital after they leave. After the Republic arrived and captured Timbo, Dooku ordered Ta-175 to bomb the capital. Dooku then offered his assistance to Pandoran chairman Papanoida when his daughters were kidnapped. Dealing with the Death Watch. Dooku secretly supported the Death Watch movement on Mandalore. Dooku spoke with its leader, Governor Pre Vizsla of Concordia, about the Jedi Council's investigation on Mandalore. Dooku assured him that if the Republic sends an occupation force to Mandalore, the people would rebel and join the Death Watch. Dooku had Vizsla send one of his assassins to Coruscant to eliminate Duchess Satin Kryze from interfering with their plans. Unfortunately, the Duchess stopped their plans. Dooku warned Vizsla that without his forces, Death Watch would only hold the planet for a day. Dooku assured him that he had other ways of accomplishing their goals. Following these events, Dooku betrayed the Death Watch. Vizsla was left with a lightsaber scar on his face as a parting gift from Dooku but managed to escape, vowing vengeance on the Sith Lord. Continuing the war, Dooku endorsed a peace initiative being offered by the Separatist Senate. However, Dooku had General Grievous carry out a mission to ensure that Lord Sidious's plans continue unhindered. Dooku assured Republic Senators Lot Dodd, Gum Sum, and Nix Card that they would ensure that the banks would be deregulated and they would receive their profits. Dooku then attempted to coerce Pantora, a moon of Ordo Plutonia, to join the Separatists by sending the Trade Federation to blockade the planet. After the attack, Dooku sent a message saying that the Republic had killed the very sponsor of the peace initiative, Mina Bontari. In truth, Dooku had sent his agents to kill Bontari. Dooku then sent bounty hunters Rabonino and Chata Hyoki to intimidate senators from voting against the Military Enhancement Bill. Dooku then sent them to eliminate Senator Amidala. Ventress demise. Tyrannus was then contacted by Lord Sidious about his assassin, Ventress, and how she was becoming powerful. Sidious believed that Dooku was training his own apprentice and was planning to replace him. Dooku assured Sidious that his loyalty was to him alone. To prove his loyalty, the Count was ordered to eliminate Ventress. Dooku tried to convince Sidious not to do this, but he complied. Dooku then contacted Ventress at Celeste, informing her that he recalled her reinforcements. Ventress implored Dooku to help destroy the Jedi, but he told her that she was no longer his apprentice and that she would soon die. Dooku then contacted the tactical droid, TJ-912, aboard its destroyer and ordered it to destroy Ventress aboard the flagship. TJ-912 carried out Dooku's orders and informed him that she was dead. Dooku ordered TJ-912 to withdraw. Dooku then informed Lord Sidious that Ventress had been destroyed, proving his loyalty to his master. Dooku then came under attack by Ventress and her fellow Night Sisters posing as Jedi at his palace on Sereno. Though his senses were dulled by their poison, Dooku was able to fight them off with his Sith lightning. The attempt on his life failed, but Dooku never found out the identity of his attackers. Dooku was then contacted by Mother Talzin, who was aware of the loss of his prized assassin, who was of one of her Night Sisters. She then offered Dooku one male from her planet to replace her. Dooku took her up on her offer. Dealings with the Night Sisters. Dooku then traveled to Dathomir to speak with Talzin. Dooku proposed an alliance between his separatists and her Night Sisters. Talzin refused his generous offer. Talzin then asked Dooku if knew the Sith warrior, Darth Maul. Dooku remembered that he was killed 10 years ago on Naboo by Kenobi. Talzin then offered one of her Night brothers from Maul's village as his new assassin. Dooku, with the loss of Ventress and the Jedi attacks, agreed to her offer and left, training the brother of Darth Maul. Dooku was then given the Night brother, Savage Opress, by Talzin on Sereno. Dooku was impressed by the Opress's sight and how Talzin described him as the fiercest of his kind, assuring him that Opress would serve Dooku well. Dooku then sent Opress on a mission to secure the outpost on Devaron from the Republic. Dooku was then informed by Opress of his mission's success and returned to him on Sereno. Dooku then told Savage how they would do great things, be more powerful than Lord Sidious and Darth Maul, and rule the galaxy together. Dooku then trained Savage in lightsaber combat and his dark side powers. Dooku was a harsh taskmaster who tortured Opress with his Sith lightning. After Dooku's first training session with Opress, he sent him on a mission to Toydaria. Dooku told him to bring King K2-unko to him alive. However, Opress failed Dooku when he killed K2-unko and brought him aboard his flagship. Dooku then punished him with his Sith lightning. Ventress then revealed herself to be alive and Opress's true master. The two of them then fought Dooku but were unable to defeat him. Opress then force-choked Dooku and Ventress and then tried to kill them both. Dooku and Ventress made their escape, then Dooku was then confronted by Ventress, but was able to defeat her. Just as he was about to kill her, Dooku was blinded and Ventress made her escape. Dooku then ordered his battle droids to kill Opress, but they failed to stop him from escaping. The Citadel. Dooku contacted the Citadel's warden, Commander Osi Sabak, about Jedi Council member Even Pile's information on the Nexus route. Dooku then reprimanded Sabak, but gives him another chance to get the information from his escaping prisoners. Battle of Mundai Kala. During the Battle of Mundai Kala, Count Dooku supported the Quarren in their civil war against the Mundai Calamari. The Mundai Calamari king Yos Kalina had died, but the Quarren led by chieftain Nasser Ri contested his son Prince Lichar's claim to the throne. Dooku dispatched Commander Riff Tamsin as a separatist observer to the Quarren on Mundai Kala. Dooku was assured that chieftain Nasser Ri and his Quarren were with them. In return for supporting the separatist cause, Dooku promised Tamsin that Mundai Kala would be his to rule. Under Dooku's orders, Mundai Calamari captives from Mundai Kala city were enslaved. After the Mundai Calamari and Republic received Gungan reinforcements from Naboo, Dooku sent Tamsin reinforcements, but ordered him to keep them in reserve. Dooku also ordered him to continue to hunt down Prince Lichar and reminded Nasser Ri that the Quarren had to support the war effort if they wanted separatist support. Tamsin also received Karkuradan enforcers from his home world of Kark Eris to secure the separatists' hold on the planet. Despite Dooku's best efforts, his plans to conquer Mundai Kala collapsed after the Quarren switched sides after learning that Tamsin planned to crown himself as the new ruler of Mundai Kala. Together, the Quarren, Mundai Calamari, Republic, Jedi, and Gungans managed to drive the separatist from Mundai Kala. Dealings on Naboo. Dooku then formed an alliance with Gungan priest, Rish Lu, to provoke war between the Naboo and the Gungans. Dooku promised Rish Lu that he would most influential in his new order. However, Rish Lu's plans were exposed by Jedi Knight Anakin Skywalker, Senator Amidala, and Representative Binks freed Boss Liony from his mind control. Dooku informed his master of General Grievous' capture by the Gungans. Dooku agreed to capture Skywalker in order to trade him for Grievous. Dooku had Rish Lu lure Skywalker to his lab. Once there, Dooku killed Rish Lu for his foolishness. Dooku and his Magna Guards fought Skywalker, eventually subduing him. Dooku then contacted Amidala, offering to exchange Skywalker for General Grievous. At first, Amidala refused, but agreed to it when Dooku's Magna Guards started to torture Skywalker. Dealing with Slaver, Dooku then accompanied Zigguarayan Slaver, Commander Darth's DNAR, and his forces as they moved in to occupy the Togruta colony of Kiros. Dooku then convinced the governor, Rashdi, to be taken to a safe haven. Dooku and Zigguarayan Prime Minister Atai Molech then contacted him as he negotiated with General Kenobi. Dooku then ordered DNAR to bring Kenobi to him on his knees. Dooku and half of Sintel's kingdom then demanded the Zigguarayan Queen, Mirage Sintel, kill Anakin Skywalker. When she refused, Dooku was asked to come to Zygeria by Prime Minister Molech. Lord Sidious sent Lord Tyrannus to ensure that the Queen would carry out Skywalker's execution. Dooku then spoke with the Queen and the Prime Minister about Skywalker and his friend's situation. Dooku was intrigued by her plan to enslave the Jedi, but Dooku's plan was to eradicate the Jedi. He also warned her that her power over Skywalker was an illusion, since he was once a Jedi. When the Queen refused to allow Dooku to execute Skywalker, Molech saw her as unworthy of being Queen, in which Dooku then force-choked Sintel as Skywalker arrived. Dooku then fought Skywalker and ordered the Royal Guard to kill Skywalker for the Queen's murder before he escaped. Dooku then contacted Keeper Agras and ordered him to execute Kenobi and Captain Rex. Dooku later appeared through a hologram to Lux Bonteri in which he denied killing Mina Bonteri and ordered him killed for treason. Kidnapping plot. Dooku then hired bounty hunter Moralo Eval to carry out a kidnapping of Palpatine. Following Eval's escape with help from fellow bounty hunters Cad Bane and Rocco Hardeen, Kenobi in disguise, Dooku brought other bounty hunters to participate in this mission for him. He tested them by putting them inside the box. Dooku became impressed with Hardeen's performance, especially how he was able to kill Kenobi. Dooku then had Eval fight Hardeen till he lost. He then appointed Bane as leader of this team to carry out Palpatine's kidnapping. On Naboo, Dooku listened to Bane's plans. However, he implanted a listening device in Hardeen's rifle case, revealing that he knew that Hardeen was Kenobi all along. The bounty hunter's mission was merely a diversion to distract the Republic troops, while Dooku carried out the kidnapping. However, his plan was foiled by Kenobi and Skywalker, who managed to stop his plot before he escaped. Extermination of the Night Sisters. Remembering their treachery with Savage Opress, Dooku, at the behest of Lord Sidious, dispatched General Grievous to wipe out Mother Talzin, Ventress, and the Night Sisters on Dathomir. However, Dooku was tortured by Talzin through her magic, demanding he call off Grievous and his army. Dooku contacted Grievous, ordering him to find Talzin before she killed him. Dooku was saved when Grievous apparently killed Talzin in a secret chamber of the Night Sister village. Following the Night Sister massacre, Dooku spoke with Grievous about Savage Opress. He feared that with Talzin gone, Savage would be a danger to him and his master, as he was becoming more powerful. Dooku also sensed something else coming. Onderon Rebellion. Dooku then supported Sanjay Rash as he usurped the throne of Onderon from Ramses Dendup. Following Rash's reports of the rebels, Dooku dispatched Super Tactical Droid General Kalani to take command of the separatist forces. Following the rebels' victory over the droid gunships, Dooku ordered Kalani to withdraw what remained of the occupation force to Agamar, much to Rash's disapproval, which ended with his death. Retribution on Florham. Still having a score to settle with Hondo Onika for holding him captive in the past, Dooku dispatched General Grievous to Florham to seize and dismantle all of Onika's possessions. He then had Grievous take Onika away to a prison cell. Onika survived the assault, but much of his base was left in ruins. Alliance with Ravna. Dooku traveled to the planet Bray. There, he met the Dark Lord Ravna at the Citadel of Light and formed an agreement between himself and Ravna. Dooku hoped to use Ravna's ability to infect any living being into unknown violent species to transform millions of clones and swiftly end the Clone War. When Jedi Masters Kenobi and Gallia arrived at the Citadel alongside the 212th Attack Battalion, Dooku introduced the Jedi to Ravna and subdued Gallia with his Force lightning. However, Dooku was ultimately betrayed by Ravna, who sought to infect all beings in the galaxy and proceeded to transform Dooku. After destroying his super battle droid, Dooku stood by as Ravna's followers attempted to infect Kenobi and Gallia. However, Dooku gave in to his anger when Kenobi insulted him and called him pathetic, causing Dooku to strike at Ravna with Force lightning. In the chaos of the fight, Dooku told Kenobi and Gallia to destroy Ravna and his followers, a resolution the Jedi saw to by using the Force to collapse the Citadel while Ravna was still inside, thereby burying the creature while Dooku escaped. Order 66 Revelation. Dooku was later contacted by Admiral Trench. Though Trench's line held on Ringo Vinda, he informed Dooku how one of the clones had murdered his Jedi general in a trance-like state. Dooku informed his master that Order 66 might be revealed. Thus Sidious ordered Dooku to kidnap the clone and examine him. Following Trench's failed kidnapping, Dooku, going by Tyrannus, contacted Kaminoan Prime Minister Lamisu about the trooper. Dooku then asked for the inhibitor chip. However, the inhibitor chip was then stolen by the renegade trooper. Tyrannus made it clear that only he and Sifo-Dyas knew about the chip's true purpose and that the Jedi must not learn this. Following the death of the renegade trooper, Dooku was then given both chips by his master and was ordered to destroy them. Recruiting Clovis Edit. Dooku was then ordered by his master to name Senator Rush Clovis the head of the banking clan. Dooku then contacted Clovis via the medical droid treating him. Dooku offered to pay the Confederacy's interest on their loans as well as supply Clovis details of the Mu'un's secret accounts, in exchange for him becoming head of the banking clan. After Clovis took his position on Scipio, Dooku contacted him to congratulate on his appointment. Dooku then announced that he wished to collect on his investment or he will reveal the truth behind Clovis's appointment. He also threatened that the Confederacy would not pay back their loans. Thus Dooku forced Clovis to raise the Republic's interest rates to keep the bank afloat. Dooku then accompanied the Confederate fleet and went to Clovis's office. There, Dooku informed Amidala of the deal he made with Clovis. Dooku ordered her arrest, but Separatist Congress leader, Beck Lawwise, said that their Senate would not approve of this. Dooku then forced Amidala to shoot Lawwise. Dooku then left aboard Kraken's flagship and ordered their forces to withdraw from Scipio. Tyrannus revealed. Tyrannus was then informed by Sidious that the Jedi had learned of a secret that Dooku failed to hide. Dooku soon learned that the Pikes had kept Silman, the former Chancellor's Valora maid who accompanied Sifo-Dyas, alive. Dooku then went to Obadiah to eliminate this loose end by killing Silman. However, Dooku was confronted by Kenobi and Skywalker. He fought them before he was surrounded by Lon Pike and his men, who revealed that he was Darth Tyrannus. Tyrannus then revealed that he was telling Kenobi the truth on Geonosis about the Sith Lord. Tyrannus then killed Lon Pike and escaped. Tyrannus was then informed that Lord Sidious demanded his presence on Coruscant. Both he and Lord Sidious felt that Yoda was on the Sith homeworld of Moraband for some unknown reason. Dooku then allowed Sidious to use his blood to create an illusion for Yoda due to him being his former master, with both using their Sith lightning. However, they failed in breaking Yoda and knew they needed more time. Crystal Crisis on Utappa. Towards the end of the Clone Wars, Count Dooku and General Grievous took interest in a massive Kyber crystal on the neutral planet of Utappa. They hired several Shuji mercenaries led by Indent and Amini outcasts to excavate the crystal and to guard it respectively. Dooku and Grievous were also aided by Governor Toril Blum, who had secret contacts with Indent. When the Jedi Master Tuon stumbled upon their operation, the Separatists sent two IG-100 Magna Guards to assassinate her. However, her death attracted the attention of Master Kenobi and the Jedi Knight Skywalker, who traveled to Utappa to investigate. Investigating Tuon's death and the presence of Magna Guards, Kenobi and Skywalker traveled to the plains of Utappa to investigate a group of Amini outcasts. While traveling through Utappa's wilderness, the two Jedi were captured by several Shuji mercenaries who brought them to Indent. who informed them about the Confederacy's interest in the Kyber crystal. When the Jedi offered to buy the crystal for twice the amount, Indent informed Dooku via hologram about the Jedi and demanded more compensation to offset the Jedi offer. Dooku ordered him to kill the Jedi and promised that he would send Grievous to give him what he deserved. Later, the two Jedi managed to overpower their captors and steal the crystal. As Indent and his Shuji comrades prepared for a counter-assault to recover the Kyber crystal, they were contacted by Dooku, who informed him that Grievous was coming to meet them on the plains of Utapa. Fearful of reporting his failure to the Sith, Indent told Dooku to send Grievous to meet them at Pao City instead, on the pretext that the Amini could no longer be relied upon to guard the crystal. Indent informed the Sith Lord that they had a friend in the Utapa government, Governor Blom. Despite their efforts, Indent and his forces failed to recover the crystal from the Jedi, who made their way to Pao City's spaceport. Grievous eventually learned of Indent's failure and executed the Shuji mercenary. After a struggle, Grievous, with the help of Governor Blom, managed to recover the crystal from the Jedi and loaded it onto his shuttle. Grievous managed to load the crystal onto his supply ship. The Jedi followed him aboard, but Dooku managed to capture Kenobi. Following Kenobi's capture, Grievous gave a report to Dooku, who ordered him to execute Master Kenobi and to deliver the crystal urgently to Sereno, stressing that he would tolerate no failure. Despite Grievous' efforts, the two Jedi managed to destroy the crystal and Grievous' fleet. Grievous alone escaped to report the failure to his master, the Dark Disciple and Asajj Ventress. During the waning days of the Clone Wars, Count Dooku commanded an assault on the planet Mariani, which led to the genocide of the Maran species. In addition, Dooku also issued orders that all Maran be killed on sight. Dooku's assault was witnessed by the Jedi Council on Coruscant, who at the suggestion of Master Obi-Wan hatched an unusual plan, partnering Maverick Jedi Master Quinlan Vos with the Night Sister bounty hunter and Dooku's former apprentice Asajj Ventress. After partnering with Ventress as a bounty hunter, Vos eventually revealed his true identity. Seeking revenge against Dooku for his actions against her and her people, Ventress agreed to help Vos by training him in the ways of the dark side. Sis Capital. After Vos completed his training, Ventress received word from the separatist contact Sumden that Dooku was going to visit Raxus, where he was due to receive the Raxian Humanitarian Award for his services to the Confederacy. For that trip, Dooku was accompanied by his military commander General Grievous. Before receiving the award, Dooku gave a patriotic speech to a large crowd defending the separatist cause and attacking the Republic and the Jedi. During the public banquet, Asajj took the opportunity to meet up with Dooku and challenge him to a duel at the Overlook nearby. Dooku agreed but secretly contacted Grievous for reinforcements. However, Vos anticipated this and managed to lock Grievous in a room. Together, Ventress and Vos confronted Dooku at the Overlook. After exchanging pleasantries over a glass of Alderaanian wine, Dooku engaged the assassins in a lightsaber duel. Using his mastery of the dark side, Dooku overpowered the two assassins and used the Force to hurl them against some nearby pillars. Despite Vos' best efforts, he was unable to best Dooku and was taken captive by the Sith Lord. Ventress managed to escape following a scuffle with Grievous but was unable to rescue her lover Vos. Dooku then struck Vos unconscious with Force lightning and spirited his Jedi captive away to his palace on Sereno. On Sereno, Count Dooku tortured Quinlan Vos for a prolonged period. To sow discord between Vos and Ventress, he showed the Jedi Master a hologram of Ventress killing his former master Tholm. When Vos initially refused to believe Dooku's account, the Sith Lord presented Vos with Tholm's lightsaber. Using his psychometric abilities, Vos realized that Dooku was telling the truth. Shortly later, Ventress and Boba Fett's bounty hunter syndicate launched a mission to rescue Vos. However, they were forced to flee empty-handed after Vos, who had given in to the dark side, attacked Ventress. Following the attack, Vos became Dooku's new Sith apprentice. Despite turning to the separatist side, Vos secretly planned to force Dooku to lead him to his master, Darth Sidious, and then kill the two Sith Lords. Search for Darth Maul. Dooku assisted his master in interrogating his former apprentice, Darth Maul, about his Shadow Collective at the Spire on Stygian Prime. However, Maul then made his escape with his Mandalorian super commandos to Zanber. Dooku then dispatched General Grievous and Tezuka to attack and cripple Maul and his forces. Dooku then contacted Grievous after Maul's forces retreated. Dooku hoped this attack would draw Talzin out. Dooku, accompanied by a pair of Magna Guards, then went to Ord Mantell to capture Maul and level the city. Dooku was then confronted by Brother Viscus and the Night Brothers. Dooku was easily able to defeat the Viscus and his men. However, Dooku was then surrounded by Maul's forces before he had the chance to kill the defeated Viscus. Dooku was offered a deal by Maul, to abandon Lord Sidious and serve Maul. Dooku refused, knowing that Sidious was more powerful than they realized. Maul told him that together with Talzin, they would be Sidious's undoing. Dooku then spoke with Talzin, warning that betraying Sidious would be a folly. Talzin told him that Sidious was ready to replace him with a new apprentice. She then revealed to Dooku how Sidious came to her promising to make her his right hand but betrayed her when he took Maul. She also revealed that Maul was her son. When the Republic forces boarded their ship, Dooku decided to assist Maul in killing the Jedi, but not before secretly freeing Grievous. Together they fought Jedi generals, Mace Windu, Aayla Secura, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Tipli. Dooku then killed Tipli and then escaped with Maul and Commanders Saxon and cast aboard a gauntlet fighter. Dooku was then taken to Dathomir by Maul. There, he was taken to a chamber in the Night Brother village to have his life force taken from him to allow Talzin to regain her form. Dooku was then possessed by Talzin when Grievous and Sidious arrived. However, she was no match against Sidious' skill while inside Dooku's body. Dooku was freed when Talzin became whole. He then assisted his master in fighting Talzin until Grievous killed her. Despite Maul's escape, Sidious assured Dooku that their future was certain. Rescue of Quinlan Vos and death of Asajj Ventress. Together, Dooku and his new right-hand man Quinlan Vos launched a renewed military campaign against the Republic. Vos quickly gained the moniker Admiral Enigma among the Republic media. After receiving intelligence from Admiral Wolf Hularan that Dooku was planning to attack the planet Teres, the Jedi Council hatched a mission to rescue Quinlan Vos. With the help of Ventress, Kenobi, and his former apprentice Anakin Skywalker infiltrated Dooku's Providence-class dreadnought and made their way to the bridge, hoping to encounter Admiral Enigma. Instead, they encountered Dooku. While Skywalker dueled with Dooku, Ventress, and Kenobi managed to rescue Vos from his cell. However, Vos and Dooku had anticipated the rescue and arranged for Vos to appear in an emaciated state. While Ventress sensed that Vos had turned to the dark side, his Jedi colleagues eagerly welcomed Vos home. Quinlan Vos' rescue gave Count Dooku a high-level spy within the Jedi Order. Using his high-placed position within the Jedi hierarchy, Vos leaked intelligence on 2 Republic operations to Dooku. This allowed the Separatists to sabotage an asteroid supplies warehouse and to evacuate a listening post on Vancouver prior to a Republic attack. After discerning that Vos had turned to the dark side, the Jedi Council sent Vos on a mission to kill Dooku. With the help of Ventress, Vos, and the Jedi learned that Dooku's dreadnought was last sighted above the crystal-covered planet of Christophsis. Vos managed to infiltrate Dooku's dreadnought and engaged the Sith Lord in a lightsaber duel. Despite besting Dooku, Vos refused to kill him and instead demanded that Dooku lead him to Darth Sidious. Unknown to both Dooku and Vos, they had been tailed by Kenobi and Skywalker. The 2 Jedi Knights promptly arrested Dooku and his apprentice and transported them to the Venator-class Star Destroyer Vigilance as prisoners. While being marched to the Vigilance's brig, Vos managed to free Dooku, who in turn freed Vos. After killing the Jedi Knights Kardasho and Cav Bayons and 24 clone troopers, the 2 Darksiders escaped the Vigilance aboard Ventress' ship Banshee. Ventress attempted to fly them back to Dooku's dreadnought but they were shot down by the Vigilance and crash-landed on Christophsis. Dooku and his fellow travelers survived the crash but the Count sustained a serious injury since he had not been properly strapped in. After navigating through Christophsis' crystal-covered landscape, they managed to reach a local separatist base that was built into a giant crystal tower. Upon arriving, Dooku was informed that Darth Sidious was seeking an audience with him. During a brief hologram conversation, Dooku requested help from his master to get off-world. Shortly later, Kenobi and Skywalker launched a full-scale assault on the Separatist base. Together, Dooku and his opponents made their way into an outlying crystal sanctum. On the way, Dooku was struck by a blaster blast and was knocked unconscious. While Ventress wanted to let him die, Voss insisted on keeping him alive. While Voss assisted the battle droids in the defense of the base, Ventress moved Dooku into the crystal sanctum. After stirring, Dooku taunted Ventress by deriding her as a Grant and claiming that Voss had much potential as a Sith Lord. Ventress responded that Voss had bigger plans for Dooku. When Voss entered the sanctum, Ventress confronted him about his decision to join Dooku and the dark side. While Ventress and Voss were preoccupied, Dooku took the opportunity to attack his former pupils with Force Lightning. He wanted to kill Voss, but ended up striking Ventress, who pushed Voss out of the way. Though Quinlan managed to stop Dooku, Ventress was mortally wounded. Dooku then attempted to goad Voss into killing him, but realizing that the act of murder led to the dark side, Voss refused and reaffirmed his Jedi identity. While Voss comforted his dying lover, Dooku took the opportunity to rendezvous with Sidious' starship and fled off-world. Despite failing to kill Dooku, Voss was pardoned by the Jedi Council after he rejected the dark side and continued serving the Jedi war effort. Death. Later on, Dooku oversaw the kidnapping of Supreme Chancellor Palpatine during the Battle of Coruscant. Dooku held Chancellor Palpatine captive aboard General Grievous' flagship, the Invisible Hand. He engaged Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi in a lightsaber duel when they came to the Chancellor's rescue. The duel was brief but fierce. Dooku defeated Kenobi, who was incapacitated and knocked unconscious when the Count used the Force to pin Kenobi to the ground with a metal balcony. However, Dooku was soon overpowered by Skywalker, who, with one slash of his lightsaber, severed both the Count's hands at the wrists. Skywalker then caught Dooku's lightsaber out of the air and crossed it with his own blade at the Count's throat. Unsure how to proceed, Skywalker hesitated until Chancellor Palpatine instructed Skywalker to do it and kill him. Despite the fact that Dooku was an unarmed prisoner, Skywalker drew the two lightsabers together, decapitating the Sith Lord. Legacy. After escaping from the Invisible Hand to Utappa to meet with the Separatist Council, Grievous reported Dooku's death to Sidious, who dismissed his apprentice's death as a necessary loss, promising the general that he would have a new apprentice soon. Skywalker replaced Dooku at Sidious' side after he fell to the dark side and became Darth Vader. Sidious issued the destruction of the Jedi Order. Following the end of the Clone Wars, the newly created Security Bureau of the Galactic Empire conducted loyalty purges, during which much propaganda material featuring Dooku was destroyed. However, rare specimens of Ansi Beladelu's work-in-progress poster survived. Speculation began to circulate after the war's end that Dooku had in fact never left the Jedi Order despite their claims to the contrary. This rumor bolstered the idea that the Jedi had been traitors to the Republic since before the start of the war, but some, amongst them Grand Moff Tarkin, remained skeptical. In later years, Sidious considered Dooku a proton torpedo, as he served his purpose and then was gone, assuring Vader that he had him, a superior candidate, in mind. 50 years after Dooku's death, a treasure hunt known as the Race for the Lost Treasure of Count Dooku occurred on Ponema Terminal. Those taking part hoped to find Kyber crystals, but were surprised to find the treasure was a clone trooper who had been held captive for the last 50 years. The trooper, Kix, had learned the truth of Order 66 after being confronted about it by his friend Fives. Kix was saved by the pirate crew of Sidon Ithano and joined the crew. ******. Me, Count Dooku. Lincoln, or does he prefer Darth Tyrannus? Count Dooku, so you are the mighty Team Loud Phoenix Storm that I've heard so much about. Me, that's right. The dark side of the Force is strong inside you. Count Dooku, my Jedi powers have grown far beyond yours. Now back down. He fired a powerful blast of Force lightning and I blocked it and sent it back. but he deflected it away. Me, my powers are strong too. I fired a powerful blast of force lightning as well and it sent him crashing into the wall. He got up. Count Dooku, how is that possible? How do you know how to use force lightning? Me, I have this habit of picking up things on the fly. I've learned a lot of moves other than just the ways of the force. Count Dooku, we shall see. Count Dooku ignited his red blade lightsaber. I ignited my purple blade lightsaber. Orion had a green-bladed lightsaber. Nico had a yellow-bladed lightsaber and he ignited it. Lincoln had an orange blade lightsaber and he ignited it. Orion, Jaden once said to Troy and the others that they should use their instincts to sense an enemy's next move. So I'll take that advice and use my best legendary 6th Ranger modes to fight Dooku with. Legendary Ranger mode, Mighty Morphin Green. Orion turned into Tommy's Green Ranger form. We went at Count Dooku and we were clashing all over the place and it was a powerful and brutal clash that was powerful. Orion. Watching was our newest recruit for the Transformers, Crack Case. Crankcase, is it always like this with you guys? Lori, it's literally always an amazing adventure. Grimlock, him JD, Kicksith butt. We were overpowering Count Dooku. Tyranny, they're really letting Dooku have it. Francis, no kidding. Power Girl, boy they are really showing no mercy on him. Lincoln fired a massive blast of lightning and electrocuted Dooku and blasted his hands off and his lightsaber was on the floor. Nico, Count Dooku, you have failed this universe. Me, and he has failed at being a Jedi. I fired a massive blast of force fire and incinerated him in an instant. Me, that is what you get for your crimes, Dooku. The only fate for a Sith is death. Nico, that's right. Mace Windu, well done to all of you. Me, thank you Master Windu. Count Dooku was a big danger to everyone in the universe. Palpatine was right about one thing. Nico, what's that? Me, that Count Dooku would be a dangerous threat to everyone and everything out there. Mace Windu, that is true. Nico, yep. We went back to the estate for a rest. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. In the middle of an open field out in the middle of the forest, Lincoln was doing some soul searching. He has been having doubts about himself. Lincoln, after everything I went through over the course of 3 years, I'm starting to feel like I'm more than just human. I feel like I'm becoming something more ever since I got my powers. Am I still human or something more? Then thunder rumbling was heard and Lincoln heard a voice. Lincoln. Lincoln looked up and he saw the spirit of one of his family members in a powerful storm cloud. The spirit looked like Lucy from the Victorian era. Lincoln? Lucy? Wait. You're our great-grandmother, Harriet. Harriet, that's right. It's good to finally meet you, my grandnephew. Lincoln, Lucy showed me awesome photos about you. Harriet, I know. I heard you were in trouble and I came to help. You are having doubts about what lies ahead of you. Lincoln, that's right. Ever since I got my lightning powers, I felt like I was becoming more than just a human being. Harriet, your powers have made you strong, Lincoln. But no matter what happens to you, you will always be a magnificent person. You are more than just a man, you are a caring brother, a loving person and willing to help those who are closest to you. You must remember who you are. You are my great-grandnephew and a magnificent force of good. No matter how powerful you are still Lincoln Loud. Lincoln, I understand, great-grandma. I understand. I am Lincoln Landon Loud. Member of Team Loud Phoenix Storm and Master of the Lightning of Hainan, a great brother and true friend to everyone I love. Harriet, that's my grandnephew. Lincoln, thank you great-grandma Harriet. Thank you. Harriet, you're welcome Lincoln. Lincoln went back home. Lincoln arrived back home. Me, hey Lincoln. You're much better now. Lincoln, I sure am JD. Lucy Loud, Harriet told me that she visited you. Lincoln, she did. She came to me and told me that no matter what happens, I will always be Lincoln Loud. Me, I'm glad you know who you are. Nico, me too. The mailman then came up to our mailbox and put the letters in a canister. Our mailbox is now an amazing mnemonic tube system. He put the canister full of letters and mail into the mailbox and the canister went through the tube. A red light and buzzer rang and I went to the tube. Me, mail's here and Lisa's new mnemonic mail system works like a charm. Lainey, it sure does. It saves us having to go to the mailbox and back. Nico, yeah. Me, let's see what we got here. I pulled the mail out and sorted it. Me, let's see. Phone bill, heating, see something. Hey, look at this. I opened a letter and out came a bunch of bats. Me, whoa. Bats. Lucy Loud, wicked. But I saw the letter and read it. Me, it's an invitation for me. Dear JD. Knudsen. You have been invited to a special reunion taking place at Miss Grimwood's finishing school for ghouls. There will be food, dancing and catching up on old times. Cybella, Winnie, and the girls are looking forward to seeing you again ever since you saved them from a horrible fate. They miss you. Love, Miss Grimwood. Wow. A big reunion. Lainey, what's it for? Me, you guys haven't been told about this. But 7 years ago, I was one of the coaches for a girls' school for monsters. Naruto, a monster school? Like Yokai Academy? Me, very similar bro. It's called Miss Grimwood's Finishing School for Ghouls. It's a boarding school for the daughters of the famous monsters of legend. Me, Shaggy and Scooby's nephew Scrappy-Doo went there to help out. Here. I pulled out a photo of us and showed it to everyone. I was with Shaggy, Scooby, and Scrappy and with us were Cybella, daughter of Dracula, Winnie, daughter of the Wolfman, Elsa, daughter of Frankenstein, Phantasma, daughter of the Invisible Man, and Little Tanis, daughter of Pharocharis. Lori, wow. You know these girls? Me, yep. We became very close. They became like sisters to me. Lucy Dark, I wish I could have gone to Miss Grimwood's school. Me, it's a nice place. But the girls were also in danger when we were there. Lana, what kind of danger? Me, an evil witch that makes the devil look like a joke nearly used them to take over the world. I went to the computer and pulled up the history of the most evil witch ever, Revolta. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Revolta is a menacing witch who lives in her own castle and plans along with her minion, Grim Creeper, to make the students at the Miss Grimwood's Finishing School for Ghouls permanently evil and take over the world. Her plan was stopped in the end by Scooby, Shaggy, Scrappy, and Matches. She is presumed destroyed at the film's conclusion. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Me, Revolta. She makes the devil and even the Wicked Witch of the West look like a total joke. Lola, she looks like she's evil to the core. Me, she is. Revolta is a menace to everyone in the world of monsters and humans. Misery, I've heard about her. She wants to take over the world and enslave all monsters. Kurumu, she sure looks dangerous. Yukari, she is also a dangerous mockery to the world of magic. Lilith, her name is widely feared not just here on Earth, but also in Yokai Academy. Mocha, she sure looks very dangerous. Me, well, I took her down 7 years ago and freed the girls from her spell. My powers far exceeded hers by a mile. Flashback. Me, narrating. Revolta was one of the worst ever villains I ever faced. She wanted to make everyone, both humans and monsters alike, suffer in excruciatingly painful ways no one can even begin to fathom. I fired a powerful blast of fire at her and burned her all over. I also destroyed her castle, stripped her of her powers and made her homeless. The whole flashback played all the events said and the whole castle exploded into a massive fireball of incredible power. Crab. Flashback ends. Power Girl, Revolta sounds really dangerous. Me, you have no idea Galatea. She posed a tremendous threat to the entire world. Nico, is she still alive? Brittany, I'm afraid so Nico. I was told by the spirits of the afterlife that Revolta is still alive and is still out there trying to destroy the world. But the good news is that she has been severely weakened. Dad really did a number on her. She's now horribly scarred and disfigured thanks to him. Me, so I left my mark on her. Then it's time for me to finish what I started. I then pulled out my cell phone and called Shaggy. Shaggy answers, like, hello? Me, hey Shaggy. JD. Shaggy, like, hi JD. What's going on? Me, we just received an invitation to a reunion at Miss Grimwood's school. Shaggy, like, that's quite a coincidence. So did I. Me, sweet. How about you invite all of Mystery Incorporated as well? Shaggy, sure. It'll be great to see the girls again. Me, but I'm afraid I got bad news. Revolta is back. Shaggy, gulps, you mean that evil witch that tried to take over the world with the girls is back? Me, I'm afraid so Shaggy. But this time we're gonna finish her for good and kill her. Shaggy, that's great. I remember you helped out with that. Me, just like old times Shaggy. We'll meet you over there. Shaggy, okay. We hung up and we were later off to Miss Grimwood's finishing academy. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Miss Grimwood's finishing academy for ghouls. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. We were at the academy and it was an amazing haunted house. With us were Shaggy's ex-girlfriend Googie, Velma's younger sister Madeline Dinkley and Scooby's nephew Scrappy-Doo. We told Scrappy about what would have happened during the live-action movie Scooby-Doo and he's glad that he will never do that. Me, here we are guys. Miss Grimwood's finishing academy for ghouls. Whistles, just as scary as I remember it. Lucy loud, I would love to live in a house like this. Brittany, everyone that knows the darkness would. Lainey, it looks like a nice house. Googie, it sure does. Scrappy, the girls when we met them were really nice. Me, I remember Scrappy. Madeline, Velma never told me about this place. Me, that's because Shaggy, Scooby, Scrappy, and myself were the only ones that went here. The mystery machine arrived. Shaggy, like, hey guys. Me, hey Shaggy. Hey guys. Velma, hey JD. Madeline, Velma. They hugged. Velma, Madeline. Daphne, so this is the school you went to Shaggy? Shaggy, like, yet. It was a really creepy place. But it was an amazing school. Scooby, I remember this place like it was yesterday. Me, so do I Scooby. We walked up to the school. Crystal, so this is the school you taught at Shaggy? Shaggy, it is. Nico, it sure would be awesome to help out here. We knocked on the door and it opened on its own. We went in and it was a creepy place. But it was an amazing house. Me, wow. Just like old times. Scrappy, boy it sure brings back a lot of memories. Shaggy, like, yet. But the food was different. Me, you and your love of food. Miss Grimwood then appeared. Miss Grimwood, JD welcome back. Me, Miss Grimwood, it's great to see you again. Miss Grimwood, you have grown from that little boy I remember. Me, feels like forever ago. We heard a howl and we saw Winnie the werewolf come. She has changed a lot. She now had longer red hair, a plaid shirt, brown shorts, and she was taller. Me, Winnie. Winnie, JD. It's great to see you. We hugged. Me, wow. You grew a lot from the last time we saw you. Winnie, I knew who old. All that meat helps. Me, that it does. A purple bat appeared and transformed. It was Cybella and she was taller and she had shorter hair and green crystal earrings. Me, Cybella. Cybella, Transylvanian accent, JD. We hugged. Me, it's great to see you again. Cybella, it's so great to see you again after so long. Me, you sure have grown from when we saw you last. Cybella, it's fantastic. Me, yet. Elsa Frankenstein then appeared and she was taller, had a olive green tank top, blue jeans, and brown sandals and she was wearing bracelets. Elsa, hey JD. Me, Elsa. We hugged and it was a bone-crushing hug. Me, groans, it's great to see you. Wow. You are taller and stronger than ever. Elsa, sorry. But you have gotten taller too. Me, I know. We all have changed. Phantasma then appeared and she had a blue shirt that had one side of it go down her shoulder that exposed half of her bra, a blue moon belt, a blue skirt and white boots. Phantasma, hey guys. Shaggy, like, hi Phantasma. Scooby, long time no see. Me, I'll say. I went to hug her but I went through her and fell down. Crash. Me, oops. Sorry. Phantasma, that's okay. But it's great to see you again JD. Me, same to you. Then little Tanis appeared and she had a pink and black shirt and a pink shirt and pink shoes and she had her mummy hair in pigtails. Tanis, JD. Me, little Tanis. Wow. We hugged. Me, wow, you have grown from that little mummy I remember. Shaggy, like, guess we can't call you little anymore. Me, no kidding. It's great to see all of you girls again. These are all my friends. We are Team Loud Phoenix Storm. Cybella, it's fantastic to meet you all. Winnie, we heard so many things about all you guys. Elsa, yet, you really sock it to the bad guys. We all introduced ourselves. Cybella, it's an honor to meet you. Tanis, you guys are so awesome. Elsa, yet. We love how you guys kick butt. Lori, it's literally what we do to keep the world safe. Lucy Dark, all bad guys get their just desserts at our hands. Me, yep. And I'm afraid we have bad news girls. Revolta is back. Everyone gasped. Cybella, but that's impossible. You killed her. Me, no. Revolta is back and this time I have a feeling she is out for revenge. We came here to finish what I started and that is to kill her and make sure she never terrorizes our planet ever again. Nico, that's right. We won't let her get away with all the pain and suffering she caused to you and to the world. Nicole, this time she will be sealed into the Book of Vile Darkness. Miss Grimwood, I know you all can teach that witch a lesson she will never forget. Me, and that is when you mess with my friends. You mess with me and there will be hell to pay, in blood. Cybella, very good lesson. Me, would you girls like to help us? They agreed. Brittany, let's have you all join the Goths of Darkness. Wednesday, it's gonna be awesome. Lucy Loud, agreed. Haiku, Goths are amazing. Cybella, they are. Winnie, let's do it. Miss Grimwood, I believe in you guys. Show that witch what happens when she messes with you. Me, with pleasure Miss Grimwood. Let's have the cadets of Callaway Military Academy. Nico, good idea. Me, let's go. We went to Callaway Military Academy and it was an interesting academy. Me, wow. What a school. Lincoln, it looks like an interesting military school. We went in and Colonel Callaway appeared. Colonel Callaway, Team Loud Phoenix Storm. It's an honor to meet you. Me, salutes, you too Colonel. We came because we need your help. I'm afraid that Revolta is back and she wants revenge on me. Colonel Callaway, Revolta, that evil hag has returned? Me, I'm afraid so Colonel and we need to finish what I started before she tries to finish what she started. Colonel Callaway, negative on helping you all out. I admit that we did enjoy defeating Revolta with you all the last time. But that was a one-time deal. Maria, Revolta's a threat to monsters and humans alike. After she gets done with Grimwood, who do you think she'll go after next? Me, that's right, sir. We need to make that evil witch pay for her crimes. I'm going to make sure she stays dead this time. Colonel Calloway, you're right. All right then. Let's go. Me, great. When we get to her castle, shoot any of her minions on sight. We later went to the castle of Revolta. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Castle Revolta. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. We arrived at Revolta's castle and it was just as ugly and scary as I remember. Me, Revolta's castle. Cybella, this place is terrifying. Winnie, I hate this place. Me, let's do it. Mega Force Rangers, Legendary Ranger Mode, Zo. The Mega Force Rangers turned into the Zo Power Rangers. Troy Burrows was Zo Ranger V Red, Noah Carver was Zo Ranger 3 Blue, Gail was Zo Ranger 2 Yellow, Jake was Zo Ranger 4 Green, Emma was Zo Ranger I Pink and Orion was the Gold Ranger. Nico, that is so awesome. Lainey, it sure is. We went into the castle and we saw that it was a dark and terrifying place. We were blasting all of Revolta's minions on sight and they all died in a powerful explosion of fire. In Revolta's main room, Revolta was scheming on how to get her revenge on me. She was horribly scarred and disfigured and her second set of arms were now burned off and she was hideously ugly because of it. Revolta, I will never forgive that JD Knudsen for what he did to me. I will make sure that he pays with his life for it. Suddenly a massive fiery explosion blasted a hole through the wall and a phoenix cry was heard. Grim Creeper, what is that? Out of the explosion came us. Me, did somebody say my name? Revolta, JD Knudsen. How nice of you to save me the trouble of hunting you down. Me, Revolta. You are still as ugly as ever. I see that you are horribly burned now. Nice to know that I left my mark. Revolta, you did this to me, JD. You will pay for ruining my plans to rule the world. Me, and I show no remorse for doing so. But we didn't come here for pleasantries. We came here to finish what I started 7 years ago. We came here to kill you and finish you for good. Revolta, you will not kill me that easily. Me, we shall see. And for the record, I'm not the same as I was back then. I've changed dramatically. Cybella. And so have we. Winnie, you will pay for trying to use us. Elsa, what you did was unforgivable. Phantasma, you will pay for your crimes. Tanis, yet. Brittany, and here's some extra help for us. Though I know I should be wary, still I venture someplace scary. Ghostly haunting I turn loose. Beetlejuice. 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 Out of a powerful vortex of supernatural energy came the funny supernatural horror king Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Thunder crashes, laughing maniacally, it's showtime. Brittany, we're going to face the evil Revolta. Beetlejuice, I've heard about her darky. She's a menace to the netherworld and all of the worlds of horror. Me, Beetlejuice? Oh man. You are so funny. Beetlejuice, I know JD. It's an honor to meet you. Me, you too. Let's power up and take her down. Winnie, I'm so gonna enjoy this. We transformed and powered up and we went at both Revolta and the Grim Creeper. I punched Revolta in the face and fired a powerful blast of force lightning at Revolta and electrocuted her. She fired a blast of energy and I dodged it. Lola threw a fireball at the Grim Creeper. But he got out of the way and the fireball hit Lincoln instead, making him scream in pain. Lola, Lincoln. Grim Creeper, laughs evilly, see what fighting recklessly gets you? The Grim Creeper of Skylanders slashed him apart with his scythe and turned him into hash browns and killed him. Grim Creeper, Skylanders, you give my name a bad clarity of thought. Lincoln, I'm okay Lola. Good try though. Lola, thanks Linky. The Mega Force Rangers punched and kicked Revolta all over the place. Emma, you need a serious makeup job you freak. Emma punched Revolta all over and blasted her with a pink laser blast. Same with everyone on the Mega Force Rangers. Beetlejuice, you haven't seen anything that's really ugly. Beetlejuice then made a really scary face that was so hideous and terrifying that it made Repulsa scream with fright. Me, now to finish you forever. Teamwork time. Troy Burrows, let's do it. Ready Cybella? Cybella, I always am Troy. Troy Burrows fired a powerful blast of red Zo energy and Cybella fired a powerful blast of black energy. Troy Burrows and Cybella, red ZEO bat swarm. The blasts turned into a powerful swarm of red energy bats and they slammed into Revolta. Noah Carver, let's get her Winnie. Winnie, Howls, right behind you Noah. Noah fired a powerful blast of blue energy and Winnie fired a powerful blast of yellow light from her eyes. Noah Carver and Winnie, Blue Wolf Pack Carnage. The blasts combined and turned into a powerful wolf pack and it slammed into Revolta and mutilated her all over. Dia fired a powerful blast of yellow energy and Elsa fired a powerful blast of green lightning. Dia and Elsa, Yellow Frankenstein Pound Storm. The blasts combined and turned into a version of her father and pulverized Revolta all over. Jake, let's get her. Jake fired a powerful blast of green energy and Phantasma fired a powerful ghost storm. Jake and Phantasma, Green Ghost Superstorm. The blasts combined and spun Revolta around in a deadly tornado of ghosts. Emma, let's get her. Tanis, right. Emma and Tanis both fired powerful pink blasts of energy. Emma and Tanis, Pink Eye of Ra Death Beam. The blasts turned into the Eye of Ra and it fired a powerful laser at Revolta and exploded. Crab Orion, time for some pain Laney. Laney, right. Laney fired poisonous barbs loaded with strychnine Omega and Orion fired a powerful blast of golden energy. Orion and Laney, Golden Poison Barb Skewer. The blasts formed into a deadly spear and it skewered Revolta and pinned her to the wall. Mocha, time for some action. Cybella, Fantastic. Mocha and Cybella fired powerful blasts of energy that turned into a deadly colony of bats. Cybella and Mocha, Vampire Bat Blood Drain. The bats sucked all of the blood out of Revolta. Winnie fired a powerful blast of yellow light and Kurumu fired a blast of energy from her hands. Winnie and Kurumu, Succubus Werewolf Leech Storm. The blasts hit Revolta and sucked her life energy out. Elsa threw a big rock and Yukari fired a massive barrage of dishes. Elsa and Yukari, Heavy Object Smash Storm. The rock and pans smashed Revolta all over. Phantasma fired a powerful blast of ghost energy and Misery fired a powerful Sub-Zero Ice Storm. Phantasma and Misery, Ghost Storm Sub-Zero Freeze. The blasts hit Revolta and froze her in a block of ice. Tanis fired a powerful blast of pink energy and Lilith fired a powerful blast of light from her wings. Tanis and Lilith, Sobek Firestorm Burst. The blasts turned into the crocodile of Sobek, the Egyptian god of fertility and military strength, and it slammed into Revolta and exploded. Crab Jaden Shiba, let's get her. Giganteon Cyber Key Power. The Giganteon Cyber Planet Key went into Jaden's right arm device and it enhanced his Samurai Power Ranger abilities 100-fold. G1 Grimlock, her Revolta, will die. Cyber Key Power. The Animatron Cyber Planet Key went into his back and it enhanced his rocket launcher 100-fold. Jaden Shiba and G1 Grimlock, Firestorm Missile Galaxy Storm. Jaden fired a massive blast of fire from his spin katana and G1 Grimlock fired a powerful barrage of missiles and they hit Revolta and exploded. Crab Crankcase, this is gonna be awesome. Cyber Key Power. The Earth cyber planet key went into his back and it enhanced his high-impact laser blasters 100-fold. Power girl, time for some pain. Krypton cyber key power. The Krypton cyber planet key went into her right arm device and enhanced her powers 100-fold. Crankcase and power girl, laser beam death ray. They fired powerful laser blasts and they hit Revolta and burned her more. Me, time to finish this for good. Brittany, you are finished Revolta. Darkness Night Moon slash. Brittany swung her sword and out of a powerful blast of dark energy came a crescent moon and it slashed Revolta all over. Lucy Loud, you are forever damned. Nazagamuran firestorm burst. Lucy fired a powerful blast of black fire and it burned Revolta all over. Lucy Dark was now in her 80% Krusnik power. Lucy Dark, this is for the pain you caused to monsters and humans alike. 900 gigawatt electrocution. Lucy Dark fired a massive blast of lightning that contained enough electrical power to power 40,000 cities for years at Revolta and it electrocuted her with the power of 900 lightning strikes. Cybella, time for some pain. Vampire Bite Storm Dream. Cybella bit Revolta all over the place and it hurt. Winnie, let's see you survive this. Werewolf Full Moon Blast. The full moon appeared in the sky and she fired a powerful blast of light and it burned Revolta all over. Elsa, you will never hurt us again. Super Smash Pulverize. Elsa punched Revolta and it packed incredibly devastating power. Phantasma, this is for making me clean your disgusting floors. Ghost Fire Incinerator Burst. Phantasma fired a massive blast of blue fire and it hit Revolta and burned her badly. Tannis, this is for making me lick Grim Creeper's skin. RA Sunstorm Fury. Tannis fired a massive blast of golden fire from RA and it hit Revolta and burned her. Me, and now to finish you for good. Cups Hands to Side. K-A-A-A-A-A-A-A-A. Me. Hey day 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 day. Me. Nico, Revolta, you have failed this whole universe. Me, and the afterlife. Hey day 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 day. I fired a massive Kamehameha wave at Revolta and it engulfed her and completely obliterated her in an instant. Lana, go to hell you ugly hag. But then her spirit appeared. Nicole, you are not welcome here Revolta. The only place perfect for your wretched kind is in the Book of Vile Darkness. Chance and Incantation, Aldruan and Lanthranal Vazil and Lyris Nor. Revolta was sucked into the Book of Vile Darkness for all eternity. Me, good riddance. Lainey, you said it. Revolta is gone forever. Nico, she sure is. Winnie, to the viewers, we never have to see that monster again thanks to all our friends. Velma, you said it Winnie. We decided to move Grimwood Academy to Gotham Royal York and we placed it and the girls into our protection. It was an awesome action-packed reunion. The end. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Another fanfiction complete and another Scooby-Doo villain destroyed. I watched Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School and it was awesome and cool. The girls were cute and they were the daughters of the famous monsters of legend. Nico-chan 11 gave me the ideas for this one. Thanks man. Let me know what you think. Next up is Scooby-Doo meets the Boo Brothers and we're in for an awesome treasure hunt from the American Civil War. See you all next time.